Hello, everyone. Today, we are so excited to welcome a strong woman in our community. But just to kind of give you a glimpse, my name is Melisa Cancio, and I'm the Executive Director for ChamberSOUTH. And here today, we have with me Fadi. She works with Parent to Parent, and we are so excited to welcome you on. So thank you so much for being here. And so Fadi knows a little bit about just everything, I feel like. She's very involved in our community, and she just has a lot of knowledge on everything, even nonprofit and family. So I just want to kind of get to know you a little bit and how you got to your journey, ended up with Parent to Parent, or even just kind of explain what it is.
Sure. So first, thank you for having me, Melissa. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I am lucky to be the president and CEO of Parent to Parent of Miami. And I've been at this role now for almost 3 years. I've been with the organization since 2004. And really what brought me here was my personal life. I am the proud mom of 2 great young men at this point.
Empty nester.
Empty nester. Not quite yet, because my little one, who is 25, David just turned 25, has autism. So he still needs our help and support at home. And, that's what brought me to the organization. So, we, just like myself, my family needed a lot of help along the way. And that's what Parent to Parent of Miami does. So initially I came when David was just 3 years old. And he had been involved in early intervention, and somebody asked me to be part of a family group. Yeah. And that was my first step into advocacy, into that role. Mm-hmm. And I really enjoyed that piece of being able to help other parents. So I was needing help, but there's a huge community out there of parents that have kids with disabilities that need help. And so along the way, it's been now 20 years with the organization, first on the board, and then I came on staff. But it really has been just a great journey for me, and what I always want to try to do is help, the other parents that are out there. We have so many parents, and their situations are different because every family is different, right? Mm-hmm. But like me, when you break it down to the core, you need that help from someone else, that support, and really getting the information so that your family is healthy. So, I'm not quite an empty nester, so we still have David, our good roommate.
He's the golden child.
He is the golden child, King David. So
is that what you named him?
That
David?
Is what we named him. My dad had named him King David because nobody can touch King David. So King David lives a good life. He's a happy young man, but he is impacted by his disability. Too. So and that's so that's why for me the journey is very personal. Just like the bunch of us that work at Parent to Parent of Miami, we are all parents of children with disabilities. So it's a very personal piece for sure.
But that's you just, I feel like you brighten the room every time you walk in. So I can only imagine David coming in, and he's just another piece of happiness that you've
He's an interesting soul, that's for sure. Whoever knows David knows he's an interesting soul. Yeah, he's happy. I think he's, we're lucky that he's overall healthy, right? He brings us to see the world in a different way. And I think that that is an important piece that I've had to embrace, right? And other parents too, how to look at the world in a different way, how to create a new normal for ourselves, for our families, and adjusting what we anticipate, because it is different when there is that disability. So at the end of it, he is healthy, he's doing well, and but it's been many years of doing a lot, and I know that there's still plenty more to come, though. Yeah.
But it truly takes a village, and I feel like even Parent to Parent, with everyone just understanding, I think that is key to a successful just community. Mm-hmm. Like you've done so many great events, and I feel like I've known you for a long time because I knew one of your sons, and so I think that it plays a part into the mother that you've been to them, and just allowing them to grow up in that comfortable space.
Yeah. And I think that we're lucky because, David has an older brother, Joey. And so Joey has had a big part to do with his brother's upbringing as well. He's been a great big brother, and it has impacted him too. So I think that when we look, at life. As a family, a disability impacts everybody. And, and it has shaped him for the person that he is today, very caring young man. His, fiance is also someone who has embraced David in our family, which is a little quirky and unique, as you can imagine, but it is. And so, we've all come together to embrace it. And that's why, that's what we want at P2P. Right. And it does take a lot of people helping you along the way. It's building a community where parents can just come to us for whatever help they need along the journey. So we, as a parent center, work with families that have kids with disabilities here in Miami-Dade County. And we work with all disabilities and all age groups. So we can be helping, Melissa, someone who is just starting off and wondering if there's an issue with their toddler, because maybe they may not be developing as their typical maybe other child or the kids around them. And it's scary. As a parent, I can tell you it's really scary to be in those shoes, to kind of say, what if there is an issue? So we help them along the way, finding the resources and realizing, having them realize that they're not by themselves, that they can count on us for help, because they're going to need support. Even those that are very knowledgeable maybe about resources, this is a whole different thing. They say kids aren't born with a manual. The 2.0 for disability doesn't exist either. So, and I felt lucky because, I myself have a nursing degree. So there was I have a BSN from the University of Miami.
Go Canes.
So go Canes. So, it helped me. And even still, there was a lot that I had to learn along the way. So that's what we want to do, So for me, like I said, the journey has been very personal, and it's been very rewarding to see all that we can help parents with for many years, because parents can stay with us for as long as they want. They can start with that little toddler who then needs help into, getting into preschool, and then elementary, and then hopefully middle school, high school, and then whatever adult life can bring. So the challenges are so different for everybody. And, for us, the one piece, and for me, that's really important, is that we want everybody to give, kids and people with disabilities a chance, right? An opportunity. Mm-hmm. So, kids might be different, and they might interact with you differently. They might talk with you differently, communicate differently, right? Mm-hmm. But, there's this little wonderful soul in there who wants to be heard and valued for who they are. And I think that as our society gets a little quicker with life, sometimes it does become a little harder for those with disabilities. So, sometimes we need to slow down and be more compassionate and empathetic and understanding. So for me, that's part of a big important mission, is to spread that joy, right? Yeah. The same way that David is happy and joyful. And that our family is joyful, in our different ways of being, that we can bring that perspective to the community that we are part of.
I'm surprised you've never been like a TEDx talker. I'm about to tear up in here.
I'm sure I say too many ums along the way.
No. But I do appreciate, I feel like there's just so much insight to what Parent to Parent has done for you and has done for the community. So how does, in terms of resources, like how does one either find out about it? Once they do, what does it look like in terms, is there an application process? Do they have to come in, be vetted, or you just help them and you're just...
Yeah, so we're lucky to be grant funded federally through the Office of Special Education Programs, and also luckily through the Children's Trust. And so the Children's Trust really allowed us to expand the services that we provide, because we help about 1,500 families a year. Wow. Believe it or not. So, and it's an intake process that's really simple. All our services are completely free of charge. So completely free of charge. It doesn't matter how much you make or how much you don't make. Everything's available in English and Spanish. And we have a Creole speaker also. So it's wonderful because we're able to get to the Creole families as well, right? Yeah. But, it's real simple. We just take information that we have to store for our funders, and report back to them. But anybody can just give us a call. A lot of times parents are finding us on the web. They may be referred to us. We work in collaboration with a lot of other agencies. You can't do this alone. Mm-hmm. And, the same way that we want parents to feel not alone, we want the support of the community as well. So we can have doctors, schools, therapy centers, anyone can just refer. And a lot of referrals are really from other parents. They might be meeting a parent, at school, and they might be lost or complaining about something that's going on. And they'll say, parent to parent might help me. Why don't you give them a call? So, so referral is easy. And then when they call us, they get assigned to our education and support specialists, which all are other parents. So that is the core, that peer-to-peer. It's really important because you do create that really nice bond with another parent. And they might have different disabilities, maybe different trajectories, but at the end, at the core, is really how to strengthen yourself and provide that help that your child needs so they can be successful and that the family can be successful. So there's no formal process per se. It really is just a phone call or an intake. Luckily, we were just able to change and we were able to have our website completely in Spanish now as well.
Congrats.
Yeah, that was a mission. It took a while, but it did. It's a completely, it's the same website. So it's everything that's on the English website, it's on our Spanish.
Click the little language
button. Click the language, yeah. And then we also started an intake. So people who, they can find us at 11 o'clock at night, as you're not sleeping or something, they can do the intake online and then we'll give them a call and start the process. So we're usually talking to a family no later than within 48 to 72 hours. So it's a quick, linkage. Yeah, because we don't want parents to wait. We know that sometimes it takes a while for someone to reach out for help. Mm-hmm. It takes, it holds you back for whatever reason. Sometimes you don't, you're afraid of what other people might be able to offer, or sometimes parents say, well, I just don't know and I don't want to feel silly, and there's no silly. So we'll just help them wherever they're at, kind of get to where have you been, or is this just kind of your first time even looking into what all this might mean for you and for your child. And we hopefully get them to a better place. So if they're struggling in school, we're letting them know how to do the process of asking for, starting that special education process, because there are a lot of supports and services that are available. It's just a matter of knowing it, and then once you've got that, it's a matter of, what else do you want? You want your kids to be successful in school. And a lot of kids with disabilities have, amazing trajectories. So, sometimes it is needing that extra support, knowing what they can ask for. And then it's also, what about after school? What about summer? What are we talking about for employment, as they get older? Mm-hmm. So it's a whole world that's open. And for those that are much more impacted, then what else can what services are available? What can support your child? So, David aged out of school, he's already 25, but he's in an adult program, which he loves to go to every day. And so he shares, they just went to the fair last week. Wow. And yeah, so they do, a lot of field trips, a lot of good things. So it's just for them not to be alone. And for parents, it's a long, like I said, David's 25 and he'll still need a lot of support from us. But, I work full time, my husband works full time, you need David to have, support from other people in order for him to be good and for us to be good. It's important to work on the marriage component, the family, have those that are around so that everybody is healthy for the ongoing support that David's going to need. And that's what you want to do. You want to share with parents. It's not to downplay. It's hard. I have to say it's difficult to go through the day-to-day sometimes. And life is a roller coaster, right? Mm. Life is a roller coaster, but you want parents to heal. No pun intended,
because he just went to the fair.
Yeah, because he just went to the fair. And he'll get on him, not me.
Wow, brave.
Yeah, a brave soul that he is, and the spinning and all that stuff. So, and the same way that the tilt-a-whirl can swirl, life will swirl. Yeah. And so, it's tough to sometimes get up. But, you want to empower families to find their voice. That's what I want. Families to find their voice, to be good, to advocate for the kids. One of our slogans is Dream Big for Kids with Disabilities. And I like that hashtag. I think that we all have to dream big for kids with disabilities. It's showing the world of how much, is possible when you are provided the opportunity. And that's what we strive
and the
for.
resources. I feel like you've been doing so much, especially with the 1,500 kids that you support a year. I'm mind blown.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. It's a lot that we do in our office. I mean, we're only 18 on staff, so it's a lot of work. And we had almost 1,000 participants at our workshops that we provide also, all in English and Spanish. Every month we have tons of workshops that are available for families. We do very intense workshops as well, sometimes where you do just that one-on-one with a family, look at these important documents. So parents understand, at the core of it is really understanding, right? Understanding the disability, understanding the resources, and how to use them to the best advantage. So we really try to do a lot, and going to meetings. Sometimes issues have come along the way at school for students, and they're not being successful because they don't have the proper supports in place. Mm-hmm. So we'll go with parents, we'll advocate with them at their IEP meetings, right? Those individual meetings that should take place every year. And so we want parents to be knowledgeable because, knowledge is power. I mean, it really is. And that's what we want. Mm-hmm. We want parents to understand all that is available to them. So like I said, it's a personal thing because I think that along the way I've been empowered by so many, past, people that were part of the organization and, that helped me along the way as a mom, as a person, and so I want to empower the next mom who finds herself maybe a little lost, and that's what I share with my staff, right? The majority of us are women. Mostly moms have to change their trajectories in life. So I myself am a nurse. We've had attorneys. We have people with business degrees, architects. I mean, we come from all walks of life. Yeah, but you change. Yeah. Your life has changed. Caretaking. Yeah, because it's that piece. And a lot of times it's the moms that are reaching out to us. So the majority, not that we don't have great dads. We have some really good dads out there. But a lot of time it was fall on the mom. And so, you want to empower the moms to realize that whether they have the English or not, things are available to them in Spanish, and that they can sit there at the table and that they should be able to ask for the best for their kids. Yeah.
So where are you located? Or are there, like, you can call from Nebraska and still be able to reach you? Like, how does that work in terms of communicating with you?
Well, we are local. So we are in Kendall. We're just off of 80th Street and 117th Avenue, and that's the office. But we are to serve Miami-Dade County. The county itself is big enough. So Nebraska's a little out there.
I'm a little far.
You call me from Nebraska, it's a little far. We'll set you up with that. Yeah. We have parent centers throughout the nation. So like us, there are other parent centers that either work locally like we do or in bigger areas that may serve a state or various areas. So Miami-Dade County is large enough, and we serve the entire
it's
county.
Still getting bigger.
So we have a lot of parents coming in that are new to the area. So they just give us a call. But for us, the work is here with Miami-Dade County Public Schools and the county itself, because it is so large. But we can be up in, the Miami Gardens, North area, all the way down to Homestead, Florida City. And a lot of times parents don't even come into the office. A lot of it is done over the phone. Over the phone, we do a lot of Zoom. The school meetings have turned to Zoom meetings, which has been great because we've been able to do more of those since we can cut down on travel, right? And help more kids and help more parents. So, a lot of the workshops are being provided still virtually because a lot of parents they got used to it and they love it. But they'll come into the office. We just had something like on Saturday. We do Saturday workshops. So it's nice. We had a workshop, and that's why we try to, open up and get little grants for little projects along the way. And when it's nice to have virtual, but there's a different, in-person connection. Yeah, we just had something on Saturday, and you had 2 or 3 moms just exchanging numbers, right? We're all on the same journey. Mm-hmm. It may change a little bit here and there, but the journey is very similar. And so that in-person piece is really great. It really is great. So I'm hoping to get people back into the office more and more each time because it's different, People do have a common bond. Disability affects all nationalities. It breaks down whether you're rich or poor, doesn't matter. It goes through, it's worldwide. So we've had delegations from China, from Uzbekistan. And I'm telling you, the parents are sharing the same concerns as we do here in our little Miami-Dade County. You know, what's going to be for the future for my child? You know, what's going to happen? How do I do the best for them? So a lot of the commonalities are more than the differences, for sure. Yeah.
I feel like there's just so much I can keep talking to you forever for sure. Where can someone find Parent to Parent? I know you mentioned the address. Is there a phone or website that you prefer them connect to? What does that look like?
Sure. They can call us at 305-271-9797. And our, intake receptionist person, Rosemary, she's wonderful. She'll, give the call and get parents information. Or on our website, www.ptopmiami.org. And there's a lot of information there, and they could even start the intake process there too. And it talks
in English or in Spanish.
In English or in Spanish, you got it. Yeah.
So I know you talked a lot about connection, and thank you for that information. And so where does it come into that? I know you've done social responsibility, I feel like everywhere else as well, to get connected with those individuals and getting P2P out there. What does it look like in terms of now? I know joining ChamberSOUTH, you've been a part of a lot of the events, and I've gotten to see you in bits and pieces. And so what does that look like for just getting the word out there and being a part of something more?
Oh, for us, it's been really great. So I'm lucky that I think for almost 3 years now, we've been part of ChamberSOUTH, and it's been a really good way to, share our information to other businesses. We are a nonprofit, so we're always looking for those, good organizations that are looking to help the nonprofits of the world, because we do need, even though we are grant funded, there's a good 10% plus that still needs to be fundraised on our end. So for us, the Chamber has been a really nice vehicle, first to find, a lot of great people, meet a lot of great people. So it's been really nice to make connections throughout the years, and being able to, like I said, share our information, and hopefully we get to have someone else out there who's looking for maybe that next organization to help, to say, well, maybe Parent to Parent in Miami is the one to consider, and help us out. So it's been really nice to be able to network and be out there at the luncheons, and they always have great themes, right? Great new ideas. Fun topics to learn about. For sure. Yeah. So for us, it really has been very nice to be a part of that membership. So I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for always having a smile on your face. I love your cute little outfits every time you come into a different space.
Gotta try.
So now let's get to know you in a little rapid fire question area. I know we've gotten a lot to know about your family and about your organization. So I want to get to know Fadi for a few questions. Okay. Who is your celebrity crush?
Celebrity crush. Oh my gosh. Well, Tom Selleck.
Ooh,
my husband knows that too, so it's okay.
It doesn't matter. It's already part of the family.
Oh yeah. Yep. Love for him to knock at the door, that's for sure. That'd be a good conversation.
For real. Maybe your husband can just dress like him for one day.
He knows.
What is your favorite ice cream?
Or
ice cream flavor?
Chocolate orange. Swiss orange chip. It used to be a great flavor at Swenson's. It's a chocolate orange combination. It's to die for. So
that is a cool one. I think I have to try that one.
Really good. I know. It's really good. Chocolate orange is always a winner.
Chocolate orange. What's your favorite food?
Pizza.
Okay.
Love pizza.
Do you have like a favorite topping, or is it just any pizza?
A little simple, a little prosciutto will just go a long way with that. Yeah. Gotta zhuzh it up a little, right?
For real. I haven't heard that in a long time. You gotta zhuzh it up.
Zhuzh it up.
What's a bucket list item that you're trying to fulfill either this year or soon?
Oh, I'd love to go to Italy again.
Okay.
And go with my husband. We haven't been able to go. Just anywhere. We watch these on these houses for sale out in Italy. So like, ooh, that one would be good, and ooh, that one would be good. So you never know. Play the lotto, right?
Okay, that'd be a good investment property, like
I
Airbnb.
Think so. Airbnb it, and then you're there for a month, right?
And then just residual income for the rest of the year.
You got it. Now you see the vision.
So smart.
You see the vision.
Okay, so I know you mentioned this earlier. Coffee or tea?
Oh, coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee,
100%.
coffee. There's no tea for
Do
me.
you like coffee like just regular, or like do you put sugar, cream, whipped cream?
Well, there's a café con leche, which needs to happen. And then, oscurito, so a little dark on that side. But then the American, of course, a little cream, a little sugar. Life needs a little sweetening of Melissa. A little sugar goes a long way.
That's a good motto.
Yeah, right?
Definitely a good one. Okay, are you a dog person or a cat person?
Dog person. Dog person. I don't have one, but a dog person. Yeah.
Do you have like a preference in what type of dog you'd want?
Oh, those little Havanese are so cute, right? They're so cute. Yeah, they'd be adorable. So nice. Yeah, but they take time. Yeah, I'm complicated enough as is. That poor dog doesn't need me, to ignore it for.
It's okay. We'll just bring in Tom Selleck and that'll be fine.
That'll be fine.
Well, thank you so much, Patty, for being here. And thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Chamber South Spotlight happens every single week, and we'll be showing our lovely show just everyone. And we're so excited to be a part of the community. Chamber South hosts a lot of events every single month, and we're excited to mix, mingle, and connect with the community. And we'll see you next time.